So we are here and we decided to splash out a big £3 on this cabin, and they claimed that we would get our individual ones, but here we all are in the same one.
We're very close right now.
Yeah, we are.
Physically
And emotionally.
11 hours, 600 kilometers. They better start speeding up because I don't know if we're going 60 kilometers per hour yet, but we'll see. And yeah, hopefully we stop in Hue and
Show them the room.
Oh yeah, and we have a lovely night's sleep.
And all our feet are just out. So.
Welcome to a very long overdue vlog, and we've just arrived in Hue. When we arrived, we went and got our favourite treat, a mango smoothie, and we met some backpackers who have been in Hue for several years because they liked the surfing, which was a bit striking considering the strong historical presence there is in this imperial city, but sure. Anyways, a bit about Hue. So it was the capital city during the Yuan dynasty, and although lots of the historical elements have been neglected after bombings during the war, they're currently restoring it, and it was still a great thing to experience, and I would highly recommend it. We also went on an excursion to see the DMZ, however we'll get back to that later. It was quite surprising to me that these areas were quite empty, although there were touristy areas such as the 9 cannons that we saw outside. We were also able to escape to little rooms like the theatre and really explore by ourselves, which was quite peaceful and relaxing, but extremely hot. I particularly enjoyed going to the garden. It was lovely to stroll around, go across the cute little red bridge, and just take a moment to relax. We then decided it was time to get moving and make our way to go and find the 9 dynastic urns. So there are 9 different dynastic urns to represent each Yuan emperor, and once we'd seen this, we decided it was time to go and get some dinner, with an incredible view of the imperial city entrance. Hey guys, how are we feeling about the dinner?
Excited.
Love you. The next morning we headed on our DMZ tour. Booking this tour was quite complicated. We tried to ask at our room stay, but they didn't even know of the DMZ tour. I think there was definitely a problem in translation there. However, we came across a shop and we booked it there. We witnessed a small ceremony at the start before then moving on to see an old US combat base. I'm not quite sure if we left our tour guide or if our tour guide was just like, go explore, but we walked around and took a look at some of the aircraft, and then we went through the trenches, which seemed like quite a giant maze. We even listened in on another group's tour guide, who was much more knowledgeable and provided some quite interesting facts and insights about the US tanks and the bombs, even though our tour guide had promised he was the best DMZ tour in all of Hue. But I'm sure they all say that. Wandering. The combat base was kind of hidden between the mountains, and over that was probably the borders for Laos. This was just so that the base was a bit more secretive and not in plain sight. Back on the bus, we passed the Ben Hai River, which has this bridge, which was the demarcation line for the DMZ, which extended for 3 miles on either side, separating the communist north and the free south that divided Vietnam. However, apparently you needed to have a ticket to go on this, and our tour guide hadn't been prepared and hadn't bought those tickets for us, once again, despite saying it was the best tour in Hue.
Recording?
How many people go in here?
Normally a lot. Thousands, 10, 5, it depends.
5 or Now I tried to ask our tour guide how many people fit into these little bunkers. He said thousands, which I think maybe there was a small problem with communication because it looked like it fit about 5 to 10 maybe at a push. Anyways, it doesn't take away from how incredible these Vinmock tunnels were, which were constructed to escape the American bombings. They were very extensive and you easily could have got lost down here.
You can feel the fresh air, can't you? Yeah.
Oh wow.
30 metres.
Yeah, the last floor, 30
This is so crazy. We're going in the tunnels.
Okay, say hello, security. Okay, now you have,
Hello, Rahman.
That's alright. Hey. What's up?
It's alright, she's coming.
No worry, madam. It's okay. I don't want to go any further.
Just going back up.
Okay.
Does this
One man
tunnel
down.
lead somewhere, or do we go back?
Go down that way, Ellie. Then we'll see if it's too bad down.
A lot of fresh air inside.
Okay, oh, there's some.
Get inside
here.
We're not one.
It's actually mental. This is just like what they lived in and stuff.
Okay, this is the place for family living.
And we learned that apparently, like, there were buffaloes and pigs in here as well.
You put a bit of buffalo in here.
Yeah, no, what?
Not for the people.
Our tour was concluded here, but as you may have heard before, what happened was the Australian lady on our tour didn't like the tunnels and we lost her for a bit. When we got back from the DMZ tour, we headed to Hoi An, which we had hyped up so much. We were so excited to go to Hoi An. Anyways, we found out you could buy this ticket, which allowed you to go into these different heritage sites. You could kind of choose different options for each one. We thought this was quite a good idea, so we did this ticket, and it was quite surprising when lots of these buildings were deserted, considering the town was so busy, but it was so picturesque with all the lanterns, and this kind girl took a photo of us in front of a lantern shop. That's probably the best photo from the trip. We were kind of asking ourselves how restored these have been and if they were genuine, because this pink bridge and house were just really beautiful. This was kind of our retreat place, more of a relaxing kind of holiday break, but then saying that we can consider Ninh Binh to be the same thing. My memories of being in Hoi An though are just incredible. Despite the hostel, and although they did free beer for half an hour every evening, there was disco bingo, which I don't think I have many good things to say about.
Something like she could do with a spring roll
Yeah.
and some carbs.
But we did get to go to the beach and go for a swimming in the sea, which was lovely. Now on to a different story, and probably a lesson for us, and I hope it will help some of you if you do visit Hoi An. The lantern boats look incredible, and when you take a walk along the canal, you'll see all these cute little boats, and they're lighting their lanterns and setting them off in the river. Now just make sure that you walk along the canal and you make sure that you find somebody with a cute little boat, because the first man that we had come across, he offered a rate that we were quite happy to pay, but unfortunately the boat went in the wrong direction and it seemed a bit more speedboat-esque than the cute little rowboat canal that we were hoping for. Anyways, to look on the light side, we did get some nice photos here, and we took a stroll along the canal afterwards. But that was kind of what we had envisioned before. Regardless, my memories from Hoi An are nothing but beautiful. We had incredible meals at the same vegan restaurant, and surprisingly, it was my first time trying egg coffee, and I regret waiting so long.